Welcome to Chiropad TV. This is Dr. Paul Bindell, President of Life Systems Software. It is with great pleasure that we provide you with this segment of our video training series for the ChiroSuite programs. This video is going to discuss the Procedures Catalog. The Procedures Catalog is where you would enter and maintain all the services and products that you provide in your office. In order to access the Procedures Catalog, go to Tools, Catalogs, and Procedures. This opens to the first item that is included within the Procedure Catalog. In this instance, it is an accounting entry for an insurance check. Prior to setting up any additional services or products in your office, you want to be sure that you have included all the categories of services and products that you provide. In order to do that, click on the Categories button, and that opens up the Service and Product Categories screen. You will see that there are certain items that are already on the list. By clicking on New, you are able to create a new product or service and identify it as being either a product or service. Once it is on the list, let's say that you've categorized it incorrectly, that it should have been categorized as a product instead of a service, you can click on that item, click on Edit, and change the category from a service to a product. Once you have your list of services and products, then you can close this little screen and you will be able to assign that to whatever new item you create. Should you choose to, you can scroll through the various items that are in the catalog by clicking on the arrows that are in this left corner. If you wanted to enter something new in the system, then you would click on the green starburst and then enter an ID that is unique in your office so that you know exactly what it means. It could be a duplicate of the CPT code. It could be an abbreviation, for example, CMT for chiropractic manipulative therapy. It could be just a simple number or letter or combination of numbers and letters. The ID that goes in this box is whatever you would like. Under the description, you would type out whatever you would expect to see on your insurance forms. Under fee or unit cost, you would put down how much you charge for this particular item. If you must charge sales tax, you can put a check in the box here under taxable and make sure that in the provider catalog you entered whatever the tax rate is. If you do need to collect sales tax, then the system will automatically calculate and add on that sales tax charge, and whenever it is time for you to pay the sales tax, the system generates a report that shows you how much you need to pay. As long as the status for this item is active, it will appear in other parts of the program. If you wanted to shut it off for some reason, you would change the status to inactive, and then it would no longer be visible throughout the program. You would then assign a category to this particular service. All you need to do is click on the drop-down arrow and choose the category based upon the list that you yourself have created in the Categories section. The TOSR discount refers to a time of service reduction. Let's say that you wanted to give people, on some occasions, not necessarily every visit, a $13 discount so that instead of charging $43, you were only charging $30 for this particular item. Under TOSR, you would put in 13, And then whenever the patient is checking out, you would notify whoever is at the front desk that they should use the TOSR discount. They would simply click on that icon and the system would automatically enter it and deduct it. If these are products, you can use our system for inventory control. If when you set it up, you enter accurately the number of items that you have on hand, for example, 11 bottles of vitamin C, then as you sell each one and it is entered in the system will do a countdown and reduce the number that you have on hand. That will also tie in with the area down here that talks about purchase information. You would be able to set things up so that the system will trigger a reorder report whenever the quantity drops below a level that you specify. On the left-hand side, you would enter the CPT code for this specific service. If there is a modifier that applies across the board to all insurance companies, then you would enter that modifier here. However, if the modifier applies to only one insurance company, you would enter that on the fee schedule screen for that insurance carrier so that you would have the CPT code by itself for everybody else, but that special modifier available only for that one insurance carrier. Most of the time the place of service is your office. However, if you go into the drop-down arrow, you will see that there are many other selections that you can make in order to make sure that you categorize everything correctly. The type of service that you provide is determined by a list set up by the insurance industry. You would click into the drop-down arrow and choose whatever is the most appropriate for this specific service. In this instance, it is medical care. If this were an item, such as a vitamin supplement, that you are selling in your office, and the patient calls up and says that I'd like to come in and pick up only vitamins, I do not need a regular appointment. For products, you may want to click on Disable Visitometer so that if the patient just drops in and picks up a bottle of supplements, it will not be counted towards their visit count as far as how many visits they are allowed with the insurance company. As far as this particular service is concerned, should it be billable only to a third party, only to the patient, or to either? An example of a service that would be billable only to a third party is something that you set up specifically only for Medicaid, because with Medicaid you are not allowed to bill the patient. An example of something that would be billable only to the patient are those products that you provide in your office that you know the insurance companies will never, ever pay for. If you set something up here to be billable only to third party or only to patient, that means the other one will never be charged for it. If you enter the choice of either, then it means that it will first go to the insurance company responsibility and then to the patient's responsibility. Once you have completed the entries on this screen, always remember to click on the Save icon so that all of the information is saved. If you do not click on the Save icon, it is as if you did not enter any of the information. Associated with this procedure catalog are treatment plans. So we click on the treatment plan button, and this gives us access to an assortment of other areas of information. When you are using ChiroPad, you would then also take it a step further and click on the button that says Modalities. Everything that is on this customized modalities list is something that the doctor sees in ChiroPad. In order for the system to generate the charges for the day based upon what the doctor has entered in ChiroPad, it is critical that these modalities are tagged correctly to the treatment plans that are in the Chiro Office end of the program. An example, we have a code here of 98940. We would then go back to the treatment plan area of Chiro Office, find that 98940, and make sure that the service that shows that with the CPT code is listed in the bottom of this procedures in plan. Now, although it is possible to put multiple procedures within the plan, when you are using the Chiro Office section with ChiroPad, you should have only one item in the treatment plan. If it turns out to be the wrong item, you can click on it and click on the arrow that points to the right to remove it from the list. You would then go down through the CPT list, find that particular item that should be here, click on it, and move it into the box. As a point of information, note that if you click on the word description, it will sort everything in alphabetical order. If you click on CPT, it will sort everything in CPT code sequence. And if you click on ID, it will sort everything in the sequence of the IDs that are in the system for your office. Once everything has been tagged correctly between the modalities of ChiroPad and the procedures within Chiro Office, then as the doctor enters the plan of services in the ChiroPad notes, it will automatically generate the charges for the day in the Chiro Office transactions. Note that from the modalities screen of ChiroPad, this will have already created plans on this plan list. Just because the list was created, however, it does not mean that the services have already been plugged in to the procedures in the plan. That is why you are going to need to go through this list, find each item that applies, and make sure that it is in the procedures in the plan down at the bottom. Once you have completed all your entries, from this screen, everything is saved automatically when you click on Close. Should you desire to look up a specific procedure, whether it is an accounting procedure or a service procedure or a product, you can click on the binoculars, type in whatever the item happens to be, and it will find whatever meets that particular criteria. You also have the ability of clicking on All to have an alphabetical listing of everything that is in the system, or you can go through the letters of the alphabet, choosing one letter that will bring up all the procedures that are listed under that particular letter. Once you choose a specific item and then click on Apply, that will open that section of the catalog. When you are finished making any changes or modifications, always remember to click on the Save icon. And then when you're finished, just click the X. Thank you for watching this training video. Should you have additional questions that were not answered here, please contact support@chiropad.com or call us at 973-625-3716. We will do everything we can to make sure that you get the maximum benefit from using the ChiroSuite programs.